The Chardon Hilltopper Gridiron Club, in cooperation with GTV, proudly presents Chardon Hilltopper Playoff Football. Tonight's game is brought to you by the Junction Auto Family, the Burr Funeral Home, Lake Health, the Middlefield Banking Company, Universal Disposal, Stone Escapes, the Bass Lake Tavern and Inn, Dubiak, Connick, Salmon, Thompson, and Bloom, LLC, NCA Financial Planners, the Chardon Smile Center, Chardon ATA Martial Arts and Karate for Kids, Joey's Italian Grill, the Goddard School, Cleats, Ashes Mayfield Window Cleaning Company, Active Physical Therapy, Sopchik Chiropractic, Residence Artists, Chardon Welding, King Cone, and Hilltopper team physician, Dr. Louis Leone. Thank you all for your sponsorship of Chardon Hilltopper football. Geauga Local Access Cable GTV, in conjunction with the Chardon Hilltopper Gridiron Club, is proud to bring you Chardon Hilltopper football. Tonight, we're at Twinsburg Tiger Stadium for the Division II Regional Final, where the Hilltoppers will play the 11-1 Aurora Greenmen, a team that has reached the postseason in 8 straight years. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Jamie Ward along with Matt Jaworski. And Matt, such a big game for these two schools. We expect to see both schools run the ball quite a bit. The Greenmen over 3,000 yards on the ground. The Hilltoppers have more than 4,000 rushing yards. So maybe the clock moves and maybe this game is won in the trenches.
Absolutely, Jamie. This is going to be a game that's going to be decided by the ball carriers and by the lines. The offensive and defensive lines will be controlling the tempo in this game, and it's going to be the first line to blink will be the line that loses.
We'll talk about the Greenmen's size. They've got very good size on the lines. Now, this is a very big stage for the Chardon Hilltoppers coming out here to Twinsburg, Matt. This is a team that had struggled in previous years, but Mitch Hewitt has this team at 10-2 this season. What kind of nerves may the Hilltoppers experience tonight?
Well, there's going to be some nervousness. I mean, no doubt about that, Jamie. They're facing an Aurora team that last year made it to the Final Four. So basically, the state semifinals, and that's what this is. This game will take you to the state semifinals. And, hopefully Chardon will come out, have a little bit of nerves early, calm down, and then remember, this is just a game of football. It's the same game that Aurora's playing, and then go ahead and get them.
Hilltoppers warming up. They're in their black uniforms today. And so we'll pause, then we'll come back. The Hilltoppers, the home team tonight. So their marching band, which is a good one, will get a chance to perform on the field before the game. And then we'll come back with tonight's kickoff. Stay here on GTV.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Introducing the 2012 Chardon Hilltopper Marching Band. The band is being led onto the field by Senior Field Commander Ryan Gillespie. Football fans, put your hands together for the Chardon High School fight song. with the playing of our country's national anthem and remain standing for the Chardon High School alma mater.
Too early.
Football fans, keep putting those hands together and shout "Hey" as we play the Hey song.
Back here at Twinsburg Tiger Stadium, the Hilltoppers getting ready to take the field. The Greenmen of Aurora come out first. So, stealing some of Chardon's thunder, Aurora out on the field, led by their cheerleaders. And over in the corner, the Hilltoppers just waiting. Again, Jamie Ward, Matt Jaworski, so glad you've joined us here on GTV as the Hilltoppers making the walk. Now, Matt, whoever leads Chardon out onto the field will be carrying that pick that they've been carrying, the black pick, which is a a prop, really, what you'd imagine I guess when you imagine a Hilltopper and you see that logo, oftentimes you see that pick, and here come the Hilltoppers. And there you see the pick tonight. Looks like it's being carried out by, who was that, man?
Urchek, I think.
Jared Urchek, number 58. So the Hilltoppers out on the field. And again, the Aurora Greenmen won the toss and have elected to receive the football, Matt. An interesting decision.
Well, Jamie, this is a game that could very well be decided in terms of times of possession. And you look at Chardon last week, they completely dominated the Bombers in terms of time of possession. And it was not even close in that contest. And I've got a feeling that Aurora knows that, and that's why they want the ball first. Two teams that will be running the ball a lot in this game, Jamie. We're going to be seeing Aurora come out with a fullback, a tailback, and a split back. And of course, for Chardon, it'll be the normal, the normal lineup for the Hilltoppers.
Yes, well, the Greenmen, white uniforms and the green pants. Again, a team that has a lot of playoff experience, a team that is familiar to a lot of high school fans, football fans who are used to watching and enjoying football at this time of the year. Again, 8 straight seasons Aurora has reached the postseason. We mentioned last year state runners-up. They won the state championship in 2008, Matt, and I think, again, they were runners-up in 06. So Bob Mahalik, in his 12 seasons as the head coach of the Aurora Greenmen, has a winning percentage over 70. It's 72%. That's pretty remarkable. That
is very, very impressive. And, his team plays very good fundamental football. Make no mistake about this. This is a game that, we talked about time of possession, Jamie, but it could very well come down to which team turns the ball over. And it could be a single turnover in this game that could decide everything. Well,
the Greenmen, going back to week 11, the first postseason game for the Hilltoppers, who beat Howland in that game, Matt. Coach Dick Engel, I talked to him after that game, in fact, a few days afterward, and he said, I wish we would have taken the football. Howland won the toss, elected to defer. Of course, Chardon has been very good this year in scoring on their opening drive. So now the Greenmen will have a chance to set the tone on offense. We know a team that scores first very often goes on to win the game.
Well, Jamie, and you mentioned the postseason. Aurora coming in 11-1. They had a big scare in week 1 against New Philadelphia. And New Philly lost that game by just 3 points, 35-32. But then Aurora dispatched of Kent last week. The Rough Riders, that scores 27-13.
Well, back deep for the Greenmen, number 4, Jake McVeigh. The senior, and number 5 is Kirk Janik. Those two, and of course for the Hilltoppers, the kicker is the junior Bobby Bukovic, who had a very big game last week, connected on 2 field goals. It's important for him to start things off as well. Has been inconsistent at times on kickoffs, but we can say the kickoff team has been a strength for Chardon.
Absolutely, and to a certain extent, the kicker can only do what he's told to do, if you will. So if he's told to do a little squib kick, that's what he has to do. And it comes from the coaching staff. And Jamie, they have done a great job this year in terms of special teams play on the kickoff and kickoff coverage.
Well, it doesn't get more exciting than this. Again, Twinsburg Tiger Stadium. This is the regional final. The winner will advance on and have a chance to reach the state championship. The Chardon Hilltoppers. It's been a magical run. From our vantage point, Chardon will kick off from right to left. Bukovic approaches the ball. It's in the air. It hits at the 11 and gets by the return man, who picks it up at the 1, and he fumbles it again. The Hilltoppers jump on him and push him back into the end zone. He will be spotted at about the 1-yard line.
Jamie, you talk about nerves, and we spoke about this at the opening. A play like that could very well cost you the game this late in the season. And once again, it was a good kickoff by Bobby Bukovic. He took something off it. He wanted it to bounce. The Hilltoppers have done great when this ball has bounced on the kickoff.
It was Janik who muffed it. And let's take a look at the Chardon Hilltoppers starting defense. On the defensive line, it's Urchek, Rizzo, Kepler, and Fodor. We'll talk more about them. Linebackers Pete and Jack Lemaster and R.J. Pikus. The Greenmen out in the field with an I formation behind the quarterback, George Bolus, who drops back to throw in his own end zone. Now he's going to keep it. 5-10. He's got a lot of room across the 20 and out of bounds at the 27-yard line.
A great play. Spread the field out. Chardon allowed an opening on that far side of the field, and Bolus took care of that and picked up a huge play.
For Chardon, it's Riley Hawkins, Alex Muir are the safeties with Joe Connick and Anthony Cantanza-Reedy. Actually, Hawkins a corner with Cantans, Muir, and Connick are the safeties. First down and 10 for the Greenmen. We'll talk a lot about Bolus, the quarterback, and how he can hurt you with his arm and his legs. Again, I formation, a tight end to the right, 2 wide receivers. He turns and gives it straight up the middle to the tailback, Zach Quinn, the senior. We'll talk a lot about him as well. Let's look at the Greenmen offense.
Well, all led by George Bolus, the junior, 6'4", 205. Behind him, Brett Rogers, the senior fullback, 5'8", 205. And Zach Quinn, the senior tailback, 6'4", 220. We'll see the tight end, Matt Gardner, a senior, 6'2", 185. And the wide receiver, Jake Zerwinski, a senior, 6'3", 180.
Same formation for the Greenmen now on 2nd down and 7. Now the tight ends to the left. Bolus is going to throw. Quick drop. He throws, and it's complete near side to number 17, who's forced out of bounds, and he's very close to a first down. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, Jamie, finishing off the lineup here for the Greenmen, we'll see across their line left to right, Justin Wozbinski, Nate Skoda, Jake Bruder, the center, Jeff Muniz, the right guard, and right tackle Brian McNamara. And at the split back position, it'll be split between Frank Savolo and Kirk Janich.
He was short, so it's 3rd down and 2. I formation behind Bolus. Everybody on your screen. There's the give. Hilltoppers hit him, bring him down. It was number 4, Jake McVeigh, but a second effort by McVeigh gets a Greenman first down.
Jake McVeigh on the year, only 84 touches for the backup tailback, but he has amassed 704 yards, second most on this Greenmen squad, Jamie. That's an average of about 8.5 yards per touch. He is dangerous from the backfield.
Well, Zach Quinn is the Thunder at 6'4", 220, and then you've got McVeigh, who can definitely hit the hole. Same formation for the Greenmen. We're going to see this all night. A tight end, 2 wide receivers, an I formation, turns, gives it straight ahead, is the running back who is stopped at the line. Very short gain. Nice job by, again, those front 4 in Urchek, Rizzo, Kepler, and Fodor.
And, of course, they'll be mixing Max Menko in there as well, and we'll see some Travis Ritt, too.
Chardon Hilltopper defense has really been a strength for this team, Matt. You know, we talk a lot about this offense and the wing tee, but Mitch Hewitt, a defensive guy, likes to talk defense, and he's been very happy with what Chardon has done. Now, a shotgun for Bolus with trips on the far side of the field to his left. One back. Bolus drops back, has time, throwing, and the pass is off of the fingertips of Zerwinski. He was open, but the pass a little high.
Well, the Greenmen created a mismatch. They had one of the wideouts stay to the far side of the field for a little screen play. That allowed Zerwinski to go out there, just kind of curl around Jamie, and a good throw would have resulted in big yards. But the Chardon defensive line started to get to Bolus, and he had to throw a little bit quicker than he wanted to.
9:54 left here, first quarter. Would like to say hello to Dennis and Lil out on North Street back in Chardon, listening to us live. Well, another 3rd down here. It's an important one. 3rd and 8. Same formation. Trips on the far side of the field. A tight end here on the near side. He fakes a handoff. Bolus has time. He's going to try to run it. Across the 35-40, has an open lane, and he has a first down into Chardon territory.
Well, you talk about the Chardon quarterback and how mobile TJ is, but make no mistake about it, George Bolus is just as dangerous, and Bolus gets the chunk of his yardage doing that right there, Jamie. They'll drop back to pass, he'll see nothing and take off. Kind of think what Braxton Miller does, think what Troy Smith did with OSU several years back.
Well, he has 700 rushing yards plus and 11 touchdowns. That's just on the ground. Very poised in the pocket as well. He's back under center here on first down from the Chardon 49. He turns and gives it to the fullback, who goes straight ahead for positive yards, about 3 That was number 47, Brett Rogers, the senior.
You mentioned the touchdown situation, Jamie, for the Green Men. Quinn has 14, leads the team. The next two, McVeigh and Bolus, 11 rushing touchdowns. That's it. The next person would be Rogers, who has 4. So that tells you who gets the ball near the end zone.
2nd down and 6. Aurora now on the 46-yard line. It's Rogers behind Bolus and also Quinn. A pro formation. There's Quinn. He gets it and he goes forward. He's hit at about, it looks like, the 42-yard line. So positive yards, but he's short. The Greenmen have already converted 2 third downs this drive. We'll see what they decide to call here on 3rd and about a long 2.
Jimmy, you look at this Aurora team, and I come from Wycliffe, CVC. We played Aurora throughout my time at Wycliffe. Pretty much the same exact things that they did back then, they're doing now.
Bolus is the quarterback. Clock running at 8:30. He turns, fakes it, keeps it himself, and Bolus is tripped up, and he's going to be short of the 1st down. He's right at the 40-yard line. He had to get to the 41. So it's a decision here early for Coach Bob Mahalik.
Well, Jack LeMasters got in there and made a tremendous stop.
The offense is on the field for this 4th down and a yard. So they're going to go for it early. We've seen Chardon do this all season. Important play here. 6 linemen in the game for Chardon. I formation behind Bolus, and now nobody behind Bolus. Everyone shifts to the left. It's a pitch. McVeigh, and he's got the 1st down. He needed 1 yard, and he got 2.
A nice play call by the Green Men. They saw a mismatch. They audibled at the line, moved those guys out, and picked up a big 1st down to keep things going.
Exactly what we expected, Matt. They are controlling the ball and using the clock. 7:43 and counting. Interesting that Bolus, who is a junior, by the way, number 11, the quarterback, oftentimes coming over, getting the play himself from the sidelines. You do see some quarterbacks do that, but it's extra running. Back out, it's Rogers and Quinn behind Bolus. 2 wide receivers in the game. Here on the near side is Zerwinski. We've seen him early. The give is to Quinn. Straight ahead, he breaks into the Chardon secondary. Good gain of about 7.
Now some substitutions now coming on, Jamie, for that defensive line for Chardon. They're starting to get a little bit worn down. Need to make the changes now. Keep those boys fresh.
So 2nd down now and 2. The ball is at Chardon's 30-yard line. Thanks for joining us here on GTV. It's been an incredible run, continuing on here on a huge stage in Twinsburg. Coming in motion is Kirk Janik. Now the give is to Quinn. He goes, has a 1st down, and gets inside the 35 to the 34.
Now, it's been a long time since someone has run through the Chardon defense like this, Jamie. And you look at that, the ball carriers for Aurora. You have Bolus, who's 6'4", 205. Quinn, 6'4", 220. Those are 2 big boys, and Chardon at times has struggled against some of the bigger backs that they have faced, such as a Davion Smith from a couple weeks back.
Quinn, a Division I player, has committed to play at Toledo next season. So again, 2 wide receivers in the game. It's Janik and Zerwinski. Now Janik is in motion, an I formation behind Bolus. He takes the snap, gives it to Quinn. Gets into the secondary again. Good gain inside the 20. Greenmen now in the red zone and give him about 5 yards on the carry.
Now Aurora methodically moving the ball, and Jamie, they're doing what Chardon did last week. We are halfway through this 1st quarter. Hilltopper's offense has not yet seen the field.
So 2nd down is coming. Ball is on the 19-yard line. Now the tailback is Jake McVeigh, the senior. So Quinn getting a rest. Janik again in motion. Bolus takes the snap. It's a pitch here near side. McVeigh cutting it back across the 15 and down to the 13-yard line. Another Aurora 1st down. And, oh, sorry, man. I was just going to say, while we have a moment, let's go ahead and look at the Chardon coaching staff.
Absolutely, of course, the head coach, Mitch Hewitt, his defensive coordinator, Bob Francis, offensive coordinator, Frank Hall. And we'll get to the rest of the assistants in just a minute after this next play.
5:15 and counting. Quinn is now playing fullback. McVeigh is the tailback. The tight end in the game is number 14. That's Zmerziak. The give is to Quinn straight up the middle, who is stopped at the line. He's at the 10-yard line, so give him about 2.5, 3 yards.
Jamie, some of the other assistants on Mitch Hewitt's coaching staff include Jim Britt, Ray Enrico, Brian Landis, Marty Makar, Ty Merkel, Don Novatsik, Dave Tody, and of course trainer Cody Florian.
Those guys have done such a good job. All Chardon guys, many of them like Toddy, coaching other sports as well. 4:30 and counting. Same formation. Aurora running it right at the Hilltoppers. Trickery. They give it to Janik after 2 fakes. Staying on his feet, cuts it back inside the 10, and he's down at about the 7-yard line.
Now, he was hit pretty hard, and Marty Kepler was in there to help make the tackle, but boy, the green men just kind of doing what they want to offensively, Jamie. They're imposing their will right now on Chardon.
I think we can say, Matt, that right now, and again, it's early, now under 4 minutes, first quarter, what Chardon was afraid of was being handled on the line. So far, that's been the case. Aurora, a bigger, more physical team. It is third down here, though, and 4. Defense looking for a big stand. Janik is in motion. Bolus turns, gives it to McVeigh, who goes forward. He's hit at the line. We'll see where the spot is, and I think he's going to be short. He is inside the 5 to the 4, and he is short. So it's fourth down. Coming over is Bolus. He'll talk with the Aurora coaching staff, Matt. What are they going to do, you think?
They're going to go for it. No doubt about that. If they went for it back, between the, what was that, around the 40-yard line or so, several plays ago, they're certainly going to go for it now. And Jamie, this is a situation where, it's less than a yard, 4th and 1. I wouldn't be surprised for them to line up in some kind of power formation and just go straight up the middle.
I think what's going to happen is Bolus, who's still standing on the sideline, they're going to let the play clock run all the way down to 1, and then they're going to use a timeout. And that's exactly what just happened. So, no doubt about it, Coach Bob Mahalik wants to use a timeout. 2:53 left here in the first quarter, Matt. Why do you think they're going to take a minute here to talk about this?
Oh, this is an important play, Jamie. Obviously, if you can get this right now, you can potentially score a touchdown, be the first on the board. This timeout actually might benefit the Hilltoppers, giving them a chance to catch their breaths, calm them down a little bit. The first time Mitch Hewitt's been able to talk to his squad. I'm not too big a fan of calling a timeout there.
Defensive coordinators for the Hilltoppers, Brian Landis, who calls the plays down on the field, Bob Francis, the other coordinator who is in the press box over here on the visitor side with us. So the first timeout by the Greenmen, and they will come back with a 4th and 1 with the football on, it looks like the 3-yard line. No, it's the 4-yard line. So very close.
Yeah, they got to get to the 3.
Again, thank you for joining us here on GTV. We've been able to bring you all of Chardon's playoff games up to this point, thanks to our underwriters. We'll hear more from them throughout the night, or we'll hear who they are after this first quarter. Well, Aurora has its marching orders. Offense is back out on the field. I see the fullback, the senior Brett Rogers, number 47, and also Zach Quinn. So no surprise there that those two guys will be the running backs in the game for the Greenmen.
Now, this is huge, Jamie, and you can't understate this right here. It would be great for Chardon to get a stop on 4th and 1.
Kirk Janik, a junior, is also now in this I formation. He moves in motion, takes a few steps to his right. It's a pitch. Quinn gets hit, and he falls forward and has the first down.
That is what good running backs do, Jamie. You take the hit, but you position yourself where your momentum allows you to fall forward, and Quinn did that right there.
Well, let's just say again, Quinn 6'4", 220. And he just put his head down and went right through the two Chardon tacklers who had a good read and a chance to stop him short.
And that's what Chardon has to do. They have to gang tackle these green men. There's no doubt about that. They're bigger. You just can't have one or two guys there. You need a whole team effort right now.
Two tight ends, I formation. First down in goal. Bolus fakes it. He's going to keep it himself. Far side touchdown.
Yeah, he had the angle over Pikus there. A nice play call by the green men. And Jamie, it's been a long time, but Chardon now trails.
Bolus goes in from 3 yards out. That's his 12th rushing touchdown this season, and it gives Aurora a 6-0 lead. They just took the ball, Matt, 9.5 minutes down the field after a disastrous kickoff return. That drive, literally 98 yards for the score.
That's what veteran leadership and playoff experience will do for you.
Well, the holder is Zerwinski, and the kick is up and good by Joey Melchiori, who's a sophomore, number 43, and now it's 7-0 Aurora.
Well, this is a spot the Hilltoppers did not want to be in, trailing. However, still early, a lot of time left in this ball game. You don't want to panic. It's the worst thing you can do right now. We'll see the Chardon offense for the first time this year, Jamie, or excuse me, for the first time this game, and it's an offense that has really come in on a roll. When you look back at what they have done throughout these playoffs, put up 42 against Holland, 34 against Kenston. Before that, 35 against Lakeside, 34 against US, a team that can put up some points.
Yeah, no question about that. The offense led by offensive coordinator Frank Hall. And the wing T very much alive and well in Chardon. Twinsburg Tiger Stadium is where we're at now. This is a shorter drive for Aurora than it was for the Hilltoppers, Matt.
Well, absolutely. I mean, this is almost the home game for the Green Men. They're just, maybe 10 miles down the street. And for Chardon, if you got caught up in traffic, it may have been more than an hour and a half drive.
You're speaking for yourself there.
I am.
Man, taking the wrong way in.
Don't come down 306 or 91.
Well, Chardon will receive this kickoff from our vantage point, and we are on the visitors' side. Chardon will go from right to left. Back for the Hilltoppers is Alex Muir and Riley Hawkins, two of the Chardon halfbacks that we'll see tonight. Both of these guys get a lot of carries, very important defensively, and they're both senior leaders on this team. Melchiori is the Aurora kicker. Again, 2:28 left in that on this first quarter clock. It was a 9-minute, 32-second drive. It's a short kick. Coming in is Muir. He fumbles it, has it though, puts his head down and gets close to the 30. He'll be at the 29-yard line, and that's where this Hilltopper offense will start things out. Let's take a look at him. First, the left tackle, Travis Ritt, a senior. Left guard, Jared Urchek. The center, senior team leader Sam Wilkes. Nick Paul is the right guard, and Marty Kepler is the right tackle. We'll see split ends tonight from Jason Janda, Joe Guara, Jeff Volk, and R.J. Pikus. All four of those guys rotate in and out. Andrew Gray will be the starting tight end. We'll talk more about him, and then we'll see Riley Hawkins, Muir, Matt Bolden is the fullback, and Roger Davis, and of course the quarterback, TJ Beninati. Beninati on first down gives it to Bolden, who's going far side across the 35, 40, and out of bounds, a first down run for Chardon.
That's how you want to start things off, Jamie.
Matt Bolden, the junior, used to running in between the tackles, but there, he's the guy who goes in motion and has a big play on first down. So the ball now at the 41-yard line. Hilltopper offense moving quickly up to the line. Clock stopped at 2:18. Again, Beninati from the gun. In motion again is Bolden. Goes back to him. 45. Stays on his feet to the 49. He's got 9 yards. Same play, different side.
If it doesn't, if it keeps working, keep doing it.
You know, Frank Hall, Matt, does such a good job of putting this offense in a position, and that goes for the other coaches as well. Don Novacek, the quarterbacks coach, talks a lot with Frank about the offense throughout the week. You see a lot of different things out of Chardon, and what we're seeing right now is Beninati from the gun, no backs behind him or on his side. Again, it's Bolden. This time it's a fake. Beninati keeps it. 40, 35, a big gain down to the 32.
I love this about the Chardon offense, Jamie. It's like a chess match. You have to kind of think a couple moves in advance what they're trying to do. You saw them run near side, or excuse me, far side, then near side, then up the gut. Just wonderful, wonderful play calling.
Wow, the Hilltoppers wasting no time. The very long drive for Aurora. Chardon on 3 plays has it down to the 32 again. Bolden is behind Beninati, who's from the pistol. Davis is to his right, Hawkins to his left. Janda's the split back. Hawkins is in motion. He's the ball carrier, and he's hit and brought down by number 14, Zach Smerziak. No gain on the play.
Jamie, this is a good time to talk about the Green Men defense and who we're going to be seeing. On the defensive line, they're going to be subbing in and out throughout this contest, but we'll see Jason Wisbinski, Zach Smerziak, Nick Groth, Brandon Zameri, and Rommel Pollard. The linebackers, they'll play 5 of them tonight, and they'll do a lot of subbing in and out as well, and that'll include Kirk Janich, Alex Smerzak, Zach Quinn, Jack Bruder.
Second down, Beninati from the gun. Snap count. Bolden is behind him. Hawkins is in motion. He turns, gives it to Bolden, who goes ahead across the 30 down to the 26-yard line.
Some of the other linebackers that the Green Men will send out include Nate Skoda, Pat Horan, Zach Smerzak, and Matt Gardner. From the secondary, we'll see Frank Savillo, Mitch Lackey, Jack McVeigh. Alex Smerziak will also go in as a free safety, and then Janich and Miles Milner is the other cornerback.
Well, 4, 3, 2, and 1. That is going to end the first quarter at Tiger Stadium. It was a quick one. Aurora took it downfield, scored first. They lead 7-0, and then the Hilltoppers, though, coming back with their first possession. They'll have a big 3rd and 4 when we come back. Let's take a moment here to pause and hear from our underwriters of tonight's game. Tonight's game is brought to you by the Junction Auto Family, the Burr Funeral Home, Lake Health, the Middlefield Banking Company, Universal Disposal, Stone Escapes, the Bass Lake Tavern and Inn, Dubiak, Connick, Salmon, Thompson, and Bloom, LLC, NCA Financial Planners, the Chardon Smile Center, Chardon ATA Martial Arts and Karate for Kids, Joey's Italian Grill, the Goddard School, Cleats, Ashes Mayfield Window Cleaning Company, Active Physical Therapy, Sopchik Chiropractic, Residence Artists, Chardon Welding, King Cone, and Hilltopper team physician, Dr. Louis Leone. Thank you all for your sponsorship of Chardon Hilltopper football. And we'll come back for those of you who are listening to us live on GTV audio. Matt, your thoughts on the first quarter?
Well, it's been all offense. Neither defense has stepped up. Chardon had multiple chances defensively to make some plays. They could not do it. And now Aurora is kind of facing the same thing, except for the Hilltoppers. They've been busting off some big plays.
They come back with a 3rd and 4 situation. Chardon has gone for it on 4th down all year. And in this situation, I don't think there's any question in anybody's mind that they're going to have at least 2 plays here to try to pick up this first down, if that's what it takes. We'll see.
Jamie, you can bet that Mitch Hewitt knows this is a huge, huge drive for his team. You want to be able to respond right away, put a crooked number on the board, tie this game at 7. And, basically say, Aurora, anything you can do, we can do better.
Both teams still meeting with their coaches. We'll have a little bit more time tonight than we do in between some of the plays because of television timeouts. So when you get to this stage in the season, Matt, it's a whole different ball game.
That means that we have time to, to mention things, Jamie, like the cheerleaders. And we don't get to talk about the cheerleaders a lot, but they include, and I hope we say all these names correctly, and Brianna Lang, Maggie Janu, Casey Eichel, Lauren Molnar, Courtney Cam, Brianna Patrick, Ashley DeShelter, Kaylee O'Donnell, Erica Ellman, Kayla Bolden, Carly Morana, and Marina Los.
There you have it. Hilltopper offense back on the field. There's 12 minutes on the scoreboard. Start of the second quarter. Beninati, the quarterback, from the gun. There's no backs to his left or right. Now in motion is Bolden. It is a give to Bolden, far side, and he's going to be stopped at the 23-yard line. Official coming in, and they're going to take a minute and stop the clock. And I think they're going to need a measurement, Matt.
This will be close.
Very close to the first down was Bolden, and the referee will bring the chains.
And a good job by the officials here, Jamie. If it's close, this is an important playoff game. No doubt about that. You don't want to leave anything for chance. You come out, you measure.
Well, whether or not Chardon picks this up, we're going to see him go for it. They are short. So the referee tonight signals over to Mitch Hewitt, and it looked like it was about 8 inches or so, judging by what I could see from his hands, but not far to go. Hilltopper offense staying out on the field. Very big play.
Well, this is what Chardon has done all year long, Jamie. Sort of like the stock market, big risk, big returns.
It has worked for Mitch Hewitt and the Hilltoppers this season. 4th down and inches. Beninati, who has taken each snap from the gun so far tonight, is now going to go under center. Takes the snap, goes to his left, behind the center Wilkes, and he falls forward, and he does have the first down.
Huge, huge, huge first down by Chardon. It moves the chains, Jamie, and it keeps them in control on this drive.
Ball is at the 21-yard line. Clock will start again. 11:40 and counting.
Those are some of my favorite plays, by the way. The quarterback just comes under center, taps him on the rear hind and says, "Let's go, boys."
Hilltopper offense is back at it. Beninati, again, is from the gun. He's got guys in motion now. He fakes it, keeps it himself up the middle, and Beninati goes. He fumbled it. Ball is free. Aurora's pointing like they have it, and they do. So the Greenmen, who come in plus 12 on the season in the turnover takeaway department, strike first and recover the Beninati fumble.
And make it plus 13 now. And that is just a dagger in the side of the Chardon Hilltopper football squad. You get down, you pick up the first down on 4th down, you're inside the red zone, and then unfortunately you turn the ball over. And at this point, Jamie, now you have to ask your defense to step up here and get a big stop.
Aurora ran the ball They started throwing it on the first 2 snaps of the game, but then a lot of runs. We'll see what they do here. Bolus is from the gun, and now penalty flags are up in the air. It looks like maybe an illegal substitution, Matt. It's a 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, move that ball back 5 yards. Hilltoppers catch a break.
That is the call. So the ball now moved back to the 13-yard line. Aurora started their first possession from the 3, so there's no...
No, it's a little bit tougher, though, Jamie, having to go 10 yards for a first down than it is 15.
You're right.
And multiple times on that drive, Chardon had him in 3rd and short.
Same formation for the Greenmen with the fullback Rogers to Bolus left. There's trip for also. Bolus takes the snap, keeps it himself across the 15 down to the 19-yard line, a pickup of 6.
I had a chance to speak with quite a few of the Hilltoppers on Monday night, Jamie. Bill Tilton had invited the Hilltoppers among some other local football teams up, still qualifying or still playoff teams, to the Hooley House for varsity chalk talk. And the talk from the Hilltoppers was they have to be physical in this game.
Now there's 4 receivers in the game with trips to Bolus left. He's going to throw it. Pass is complete to Janik. He's got a first down across the 30 to the 31-yard line. A good gain on the play of about 13.
Well, you look at George Bolus passing the football, Jamie. 60 of 106 on the year. That's about 57%. Has thrown for 1,170 yards, 13 touchdowns, and 3 picks.
Aurora looks very comfortable right now offensively. This is how they started their last drive. A couple of throws from Bolus and a keeper, and he again is from the shotgun. So the same formation, it's just flipped on the other side of the field. Fakes it to the fullback. Bolus keeps it, breaks a tackle across the 40 to the 42. Hilltoppers not wrapping up. It's another first down.
No, Jamie, not wrapping up, and the Hilltoppers need more guys in there to make the tackle. They need that team effort right now. It just can't be one player. These guys from Aurora are just too big.
Clock is running. 10:15 here, second quarter. Thank you for joining us here on GTV. The Aurora Greenmen come in with so much postseason experience. A head coach in his 12th season who's took his team to the playoffs the last 8. Bolus is going to throw it on first down. Pass is caught, and he's brought down immediately by a host of toppers. It's about a 5-yard gain on the play. And I think that was Janik again, number 5, the junior.
Bob Mahalik and his staff do such a great job, Jamie, of mixing up plays. You know, we talk so much about the Chardon wing tee and how it's like a big chess game. And the Greenmen do the exact same thing, but instead of run, their chess, their big move is the pass.
3 wide receivers here on the near side, 1 on the far. The fullback in the game. Bolus again takes the snap. He's going to keep it, and he's driven backward. A big hit by Chardon right at the line. No gain on the play. Maybe he might have lost a half yard.
Now, Greenmen.
That looked like Marty Kepler, number 70, was one of the Hilltoppers, Matt, who pushed him back.
Jamie, Aurora has claimed a share or outright CVC Chagrin Championship 6 out of the last 8 years. And that's a division that includes 2-time state runner-up Chagrin Falls.
Aurora, that's their only loss this season, was to Chagrin Falls. Here it is, 3rd down. Bolus is going to roll far side. He's going to keep it. Breaks 1 tackle, back across the field. Chardon can't get him. 40, 35. Bolus has 1 man to beat. 15, 10. Touchdown, Aurora. An incredible run by the senior quarterback.
53 yards on the ground, and that was a complete breakdown of the Chardon defense. And now, Jamie, the Hilltoppers will be asked to do what they have struggled with all year, come back from a multi-point deficit.
Bolus was rolling, looked like he was going to be wrapped up, but he cut it across the field. A very athletic play. Melchiori into the game to attempt the extra point. High snap, but he gets it down, and the kick is blocked. It's no good. I think someone from Chardon got his hand on it. So with 8:24 left here in the second quarter, Aurora has scored twice. Both times they've gone 90 yards, and they lead 90-plus yards, and they lead 13-0.
Jamie, Hilltoppers certainly have a lot of time left, not out of this game, but it's important now that they have to remain calm. They've got to collect themselves, and they've got to become more focused now. Defensively, this Aurora team is just making big plays. They're seeing open lanes and taking advantage of it, spreading out the Chardon defense. And Chardon really hasn't had to worry too much about that this year.
Well, Matt, let's just go ahead and thank our funding communities. Even though they're not funding this particular playoff broadcast, we couldn't do all of our GTV programming throughout the year without these communities.
Absolutely, and the funding communities include Burton Village, Chardon Township, City of Chardon, Hamden Township, Middlefield Village, and Munson Township. Speaking of our funding communities, we'd like to mention that next week is Thanksgiving, and we have a little tradition here at GTV. So if you love some football, you want to be tuning into GTV because we have the thing for you.
What a great thing this is.
We'll be stepping into the GTV vault this weekend, assembling a lineup of great games from the past and replaying them all Thanksgiving weekend. The fun starts Monday night at 6 p.m. on both channels 20 and 22. Game replays run through next Sunday with a total of over 30 contests, and that will cover Berkshire, Cardinal, NDCL, and Chardon. And that will be including a lot of games this year as well from the Hilltoppers. A complete list of games will be posted on the GTV website, jagatv.org, Sunday night. So if you want to see some great football, settle down in front of the tube with a drumstick or two, bust out the stuffing, and turn on GTV. We'll be there for you.
Aurora will kick off to Chardon, who will go now from left to right across your television screen from our vantage point. Jamie Ward, Mac Jaworski, Melchiori is the kicker for the Greenmen, and it's a short kick in the air. It'll be fielded at the 15 by Alex Muir, who goes across the 25 and down to the 30-yard line. That's where Chardon will start things off. Now, the good news for the Hilltoppers, they were driving the football. They were running the ball against this Aurora team, except for that fumble.
Absolutely, and this is an Aurora squad, Jamie, that has been very, very dangerous in the second quarter. They have outscored their opponents 162-76, so almost a 100-point difference in this second quarter. And Chardon would love to cut into that right now with 7 points.
Beninati has backs to his right. He fakes it, keeping it here near side 30, and he goes down to the 24-yard line. A 4-yard gain on first down. One thing we just saw there, Matt, on that Aurora tackler, again, hard swipe with his right hand. The Greenmen, maybe something they've done all year, or maybe something they saw in films, but they look like they may be going after the football.
Absolutely, and they've seen game films, to be sure, of the Chardon Hilltopper team. And TJ from time to time has turned the ball over, via fumble, and they're going to do everything they can to rip that ball away from him.
Beninati again is from the gun. Bolden is in motion. The give is to Bolden, running far side, who puts his head down and gets across the 40 to the 38, a first down for the junior.
The other thing, Jamie, is Chardon has not relied on TJ that much the last 2 weeks. Yes, he has gone over 100 yards each game, but they've allowed the other backs to pick up more of the slack from time to time to give TJ a little bit of a breather because he has taken a beating throughout this season.
Beninati has just about 1,500 yards rushing this year. Bolden is over 1,000 with 1,100. There's the snap, and again, the give is to Bolden, who breaks a few tackles and goes forward to the 48-yard line. A good gain on first down of about 6.
Oh, the junior keeps the ball moving and gains positive yards. And a lot of time left for Chardon. A lot of time left to answer back, Jamie. They just need to keep doing this, keep confusing that Aurora defense.
6:50 now in counting. Second down and 4. Hawkins is to Beninati's right, as is Muir is to his left. Now Gray is a tight end, and there's Bolden in motion. The fake, Beninati keeps it and gets up to the 44-yard line. It's another Chardon first down.
And, you know, you mentioned TJ's being kind of hacked at by this green men defense, Jamie. One of the reasons why is when he carries the ball, a lot of times he'll just have it in one hand, and he won't, you know, he doesn't use two hands as much as he probably should. But for the most part, considering how much he's carried the ball, he hasn't really had to worry about that.
Empty backfield again. Beninati from the gun. They're on the Aurora 46-yard line. Bolden is the man in motion. A fake to him. Beninati through the middle, inside the 40 to the 39. He was again hit hard, but a good run of 5 yards.
Got to give some credit here right now to the Hilltopper offensive line. They are moving and pushing the green men back a few yards and giving their ball carriers some room to operate.
Again, that's Ritt, Urchek, Wilkes, Paul, and Kepler. Second down is coming. Roger Davis, the senior, is in the game. Andrew Gray and Riley Hawkins to the left of the formation. It's Bolden to the right. Beninati takes it, gives it to Bolden, running far side, 30, 25, and he's tripped up. Bolden hit a seam there, another Chardon first down.
Matt Bolden, we haven't seen him get into the open very much this season, but when he does, Jamie, he turns on another speed that we don't get to see too often, because usually he's asked to do all the hard work, those fullback dives up the middle where you can only gain 4 or 5 yards. So far tonight, it's been all Bolden and all Beninati. Riley Hawkins is the only other Hilltopper with a carry. Joe Guara is in the game as a receiver here on the near side of the formation. Davis is the man in motion. Beninati turns, gives it to Bolden, who gets across the 25 and down to the 24-yard line. So a short gain of about 2 on first down. Clock is running. 4:52 and counting here before halftime. Don't forget the Chardon Hilltopper Band will be performing at halftime. The Hilltoppers, the home team tonight. And looking across the field, Chardon, as usual, with a very strong showing by the home crowd. Those bleachers almost full. Second down. Beninati's going to keep it himself, running here near side, cuts it back, and he's tripped up at the 19-yard line. Positive yards, but only a couple. Well, TJ, anytime he can turn that corner, Jamie, he is so dangerous. And he almost got to turn that corner there.
Third down and 5. Ball's at the 21-yard line.
Well, Jamie, the clock running under 4 minutes now. And plenty of time for Chardon. No worry about that. You need to focus on this next play because it's 3rd and 4.
Some confusion between Gray and Davis. Now they've got things set. Bolden is the ball carrier to the left. The give is to Muir, who's running, puts a stiff arm, but he's going to be short of the first down. He's knocked out of bounds after a couple yards.
Now, Beninati took a big hit on that play, too, after he handed the football off, but he's able to get up. Needed a little bit of help.
So the ball now at the 19. It's 4th down, and what the PA announcer is going to call a long 3.
This might be a case for a fullback dive here, just something straight up the middle. They've had some success with going up the middle.
We'll see if Chardon sticks with what has been successful this year. Beninati, the quarterback, guy in motion, fakes it to Bolden, keeps it himself, goes forward, first down. Big play by the senior inside the 15 to the 13.
All eyes were on the running back for the Greenmen, and they didn't, pick up the non-exchange, if you will, Jamie, and that's allowed Beninati to get that first down, and that is huge.
Clock running, 3:16 and counting. Beninati on 1st and 10. Fakes it to Bolden, keeps it himself up the middle, and he goes forward inside the 10 to, it looks like, the 7-yard line. Good run on first down.
Well, that's what Chardon needs.
and a whistle and a timeout. So Aurora and head coach Bob Mahalik want to talk about things.
Well, I don't think it's that, Jamie. I think what they're looking to do here is save time on the other side. They think Chardon will probably score here, and they want enough time back to do something offensively. Chardon will get the ball to start the third quarter.
It's only second down, though. I mean, they're going to need those timeouts on offense if that's Chardon's going to run it again. They can't. If they stop it again, third down, I guess perhaps you could be right. But the Hilltoppers also 4 yards away from a first down.
Now, the thing, too, Jamie, is remember, the clock will stop temporarily to move the chains up on a first down, and Chardon will certainly allow that clock to move as much as they can. They would love to run it out here and score a touchdown with little or no time left.
Chardon has moved the ball downfield like they did their first possession before the Beninati fumble. And now it would be very important for Chardon's confidence to get on the scoreboard here. And you can bet that Mitch Hewitt and the Hilltopper offense have only a touchdown on their mind at this point in the field. Chardon has not been a team to attempt many field goals. In fact, their only 2 field goals of the season came last week in that victory against Kenston.
And you look at that victory last week, Jamie, they scored thanks to a big penalty assessed with no time left. That allowed Bobby Bukovic to come out and kick that huge field goal, one of the biggest of his career at that point in time.
So, ball is placed at the Aurora 7-yard line. It is second down and 4. 2:59 on the clock, second quarter. Greenman, a 4-man front. And again, 5 linebackers typically for Aurora. Beninati's now in a pistol with Bolden right behind him. He's in motion to Beninati's left. Now Muir is in motion. The give is to Muir, running far side, puts his head down, and the spot is inside the 5 to the 3-yard line. And he is short of the first down, but not by much.
Now Toppers continue to move the pile to gain some yards, Jamie. That's all that they need to do right now. Let that clock run.
Third down is coming, and a yard or less, probably just less than a third down. Aurora not using a timeout. And so the clock running with 2:29. Beninati has Bolden behind him, who shifts to the right. Now Muir again in motion. He's the ball carrier near side. He's hit. He's brought down at the 2, but it's enough for a first down.
You have to give credit to Nate Satka, the inside linebacker, senior 6'1", 210. He got in the backfield and tripped up the ball carrier, slowed down his momentum, and did not allow him to score the touchdown. But now, you got to like this 4 cracks here, Jamie, from 1 and goal.
Ball on the 1-yard line. It's first and goal. Beninati may try a keeper. He's got a wing tee right behind him. He turns, gives it Bolden, who's hit at the line and driven backward. No gain for the fullback. Second down.
Well, that was tough to see. Just a lot of bodies flying around right there. Both teams kind of have an inkling that it's going to stay on the ground and that they're going to stay in between the lines. This might be a nice opportunity here. We saw Bolas score the 1 touchdown where he took a good angle to that far side pylon, maybe to have TJ do something like that here.
1:30 now in counting. Hilltoppers still not on the scoreboard, but very close now. They need just about 2 yards. Bolden is the fullback. Beninati's under center. Muir's in motion. The give is to Muir. He goes for the goal, but he's stopped short.
Now, not by much, Jamie. Maybe an inch or 2.
Yeah, Matt, you're right. It's not much. It's maybe a football. So you look at that. It's about a foot or so. Third down and goal coming. Clock at 55 seconds and counting. Boy, is this fun.
Now, this is impressive. Chardon putting together a good time-consuming drive. Would love them to cap it off right here.
Beninati under center. He takes it himself, goes up, and he has a touchdown.
And that is what Chardon needs, Jamie. Punch it in, and now this is a very, very important PAT by Bobby Bukovic.
Beninati caps off the drive right behind the left side of the center, Sam Wilkes. and Chardon has 6 points. Bukovic is out to attempt the extra point. The holder is the junior backup quarterback, Drew Gittins. 40 seconds left. Nice job of managing the clock. Again, Chardon will get the ball in the second half. Bukovic's kick is up and good. So, Aurora does have a timeout, but Chardon, Matt, how important is that for the Hilltoppers now to really go into halftime knowing and feeling like they belong here in Twinsburg, and then knowing they'll have a chance to get the ball to start the second
Jamie,
half?
that is absolutely huge. You talk about momentum. Chardon now has some momentum going for him. You talk about confidence. They finally broke through this Green Men defensive line, which has just been so tough. Chardon as a team came in averaging about 10 points per game in the second quarter. They got 7. And against a team like Aurora, this, folks, was supposed to be a defensive battle. Make no mistake about that. A lot of the reporters who covered these teams, a lot of the high school pundits, if you will, kind of thought that the first team to win this game might be the first team to score. The team to win this game would be the first to score double digits. But right now, Chardon in good shape within a possession of taking the lead. And that's all you can ask for.
Again, don't forget, and halftime will bring you the Chardon Marching Band.
Boy, are they always impressive to listen to and watch.
Absolutely.
Real treat.
What a huge crowd on hand here for Chardon. Aurora with a great crowd themselves, but I gotta say, Matt, right now it looks to me like Chardon has more fans here.
Now, the Hilltoppers always travel well. And that's a testament to the folks of Chardon, Jamie. People of Chardon love their Chardon football team.
Back deep for Aurora is Jake McVeigh, the senior, and the junior, Kirk Janik. Now, the last time Aurora had a kickoff return opportunity, it was almost disastrous. We'll see what Bukovic decides to do here. Approaches the ball. It is a squib kick on the ground. Bounces. Free ball, and it's jumped on at the 27-yard line. I don't know what it is about Bukovic's kicks, Matt, but they just seem to be hard to handle.
It's like a knuckleball on the ground. You never know which way it's going to bounce. It always takes some kind of just unexpected bounce, if you will, or it starts to go in a direction you don't want it to. But right now, Jamie, if you're the Hilltoppers, you need to come out and you need to play solid defense for 38 seconds because Bolus can change this game in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, you're exactly right. There's a lot of time for this Aurora offense from what we've seen. Bolus has it. He's going to throw it. He has a lot of time. Now his pass is caught by McVeigh, but it's only good for about a yard, maybe 2. McVeigh goes out of bounds and stops the clock with 31 seconds.
A great job coverage-wise from the secondary by the Hilltoppers. They came and covered everyone up. The defensive line was getting some pressure. I saw Urchek coming over to really pressure Bolus. He had no choice to dump it off to his safety valve, and that play burned 7 seconds off the clock.
One timeout for Aurora. They have 3 wide receivers to the right of Bolus on the far side of the field. Bolus takes the snap. Again, he's going to throw it. He goes far pass on the far side, but it's short and incomplete. Intended for Zerwinski.
As Zerwinski just ran a little curl route there to the far side of the field. They had another receiver, and I think that may have been McVeigh. Tough to tell from this vantage point here, but it kind of broke off, confused the secondary for a second, and that allowed Zerwinski to be open, but a bad throw.
Well, 3rd down and 9 coming. We may see Aurora, I don't know that they throw it again here, and then maybe are forced to punt the ball. We'll see what they decide. The fullback, Brett Rogers, is to the right of Bolus. He's going to keep it himself. Far side of the field, 30, 25, still on his feet to the 40, and finally dragged out of bounds by Anthony Cantanzariti. It's a 1st down run on the play to the 43-yard line, and there's 18 seconds left.
Now, Bolus has great vision on this football field, Jamie. He just kind of picks and chooses where he's going to make a cut, where he's going to turn up field. And so far, he has been on the money tonight.
1st and 10, Aurora. Just a few plays left here before halftime. Greenman, 3 wide receivers in the game. And a fourth on the far side of the field. Bolus is going to throw it, middle of the field, and it's caught. They thought about a hook and ladder. It's Zerwinski, and he goes out of bounds. 8 seconds on the clock. It is very close to a first down. We'll see what the official says.
I was surprised they did not attempt the hook and ladder there, Jamie. The sideline was wide open.
Zerwinski caught it and then looked like he was going to maybe flip it, did not. Now, it's only a 9-yard gain, and they will say Zerwinski got out of bounds, which is important here. So now 8 seconds left. The ball is on the 48-yard line. So the Greenmen need 48 yards in 8 seconds if they're going to score again. They do, again, have one timeout. Bolus again is going to throw. 6-5. It's a screen play across the field. It's caught. 40. Still on his feet. Across the field, Cantanzarides blocked. There's no time on the clock. 20, 15, 5, and finally he's brought down at the 4-yard line. He almost took it in, Matt, but the Hilltoppers saved themselves before halftime.
I think it was R.J. Pikus. I can't say for certain, but my goodness, Jamie.
Zach Smerziak was the receiver on the play. It is a scary way for Chardon to finish this first half, but the good news, Aurora does not score.
No, and that's where Aurora has had their most success in this game, is when they've cut the ball back across the field. And I can guarantee you the Hilltoppers will be making some defensive adjustments in the locker room to not allow that to happen again.
Well, exciting first half. Aurora leads 13-7. We will now pause. It's halftime. We'll watch the Chardon Marching Band and then be back for the second half here on GTV.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Introducing the 2012 Chardon Hilltopper Marching Band. Our show this evening features tunes from one of the best rock bands ever, Led Zeppelin. Inspired by a trip to Morocco, this first tune was written by Jimmy Page and Robert Plant and originally recorded with an Egyptian orchestra. With senior drum major Christos Avidas, here is Kashmir. Next, we feature our conference with Captain Katie Vatican from one of Led Zeppelin's most recognizable and powerful tunes. Here is the Immigrant Song. The Ohio University Marching 110 started a YouTube sensation with their dance rendition of this next tune. Featuring our majorettes with Captain Whitney Hopes, here is Party Rock Anthem. Putting those hands together for the Chardon High School fight song.
Tonight's game is brought to you by the Junction Auto Family, the Burr Funeral Home, Lake Health, the Middlefield Banking Company, Universal Disposal, Stone Escapes, the Bass Lake Tavern and Inn, Dubiak, Connick, Salmon, Thompson, and Bloom, LLC. NCA Financial Planners. The Chardon Smile Center. Chardon ATA Martial Arts and Karate for Kids. Joey's Italian Grill. The Goddard School. Cleats. Ashes Mayfield Window Cleaning Company. Active Physical Therapy. Sopchik Chiropractic. Residence Artists. Chardon Welding. King Cone. And Hilltopper Team Physician, Dr. Louis Leone. Thank you all for your sponsorship of Chardon Hilltopper football.
The Chardon Hilltopper Gridiron Club is a nonprofit organization whose primary focus is to support the Chardon football program, 7th grade through varsity, through growth and awareness of its needs for a sustainable and healthy and competitive football program. The Gridiron Club is dedicated to strengthening the relationship between the community, the school, the football team, the students, their parents, supporting a quality football program that is dedicated to the physical and mental development of young men and increasing fundraising with the support of the community. The Gridiron Club provides funding for the items that are not in the school's budget. Some representative examples are football camp scholarships, new technology that can assist the coaches and players in pursuing higher education, additional weightlifting and training equipment, upgrade or reconditioning of equipment and facilities, such as the locker rooms, and other items as determined by the football team and club. The Gridiron Club is looking for parents and community members who want to become involved in helping out the young men and the program. We appreciate any kind of help. Please contact a Gridiron member to join today. The Gridiron Club can use your help and involvement in improving the football program. Help can be in any form. Your time is greatly appreciated. Thank you. For more information about membership or the June 5th, 2013 golf outing, please visit us at the Gridiron page at www.chardon_gridiron_club.html. Also, you can follow the Gridiron Club on Facebook. Some of the fundraisers include the annual golf outing, mulching in the spring, tailgates, apparel and food, scoreboard sponsor sales, Chardon cornhole boards, Chardon helmet lamps, and Chardon helmet yard signs. Items purchased for the football team include the 5-man tech sled, the 8x24 zone lineman chute, tackling dummies, weight room, stereo for the weight room, player jerseys, huddle game film software, team spirit packs, Thursday night team dinners, preseason after game dinners for home and away teams, 2-a-day pool party, senior football player gifts, coach gifts, cheerleader gifts, Wounded Warrior Project participation. And major projects on board are a new equipment shed and new press box. If you are interested in membership, sponsorship, or being involved in any projects, please contact a Gridiron Board member.
Well, back here at Twinsburg Tiger Stadium as we get set for the start of the second half. Great job, as always, by the Chardon Marching Band there at halftime. Jamie Ward, Matt Jaworski, as Matt, the Hilltoppers will receive the football to start the third quarter. And it is an opportunity, a big opportunity here for Chardon to set a tone in the second half.
And that's what Chardon needs to do, Jamie. They have to come out on the field, and they need to put points up on the board on this drive. If you score a touchdown, connect on the PAT, you've got the lead. Jamie, we have some first half statistics for you. And let's begin. Matt Bolden, 9 carries for 62 yards. And TJ Beninati, 10 carries, 60 yards, and the touchdown. For George Bolus of Aurora, 9 carries, 123 yards. And he was 6 of 8 through the air for 78 yards. We also have first downs. Aurora 13, Chardon 9. Let's see, rushing yards. Aurora totaled 176 on the ground, and Chardon 123. And then, of course, Aurora had the 78 yards passing, Chardon none.
Well, and of course, the numbers on the scoreboard. Aurora with 13, Chardon with 7. But big opportunity for the Hilltoppers to start the second half. They will be on offense. And back deep to receive, Riley Hawkins and Alex Muir, the seniors. So Melchiori approaches the ball and kicks it in the air. It is fielded at the 11 by Muir. Far side of the field, 20, 25, and falling forward to the 29 or 30-yard line.
Well, this is a chance now for the Chardon offense to come out and do their thing, Jamie. An offense that averages about 390 yards of offense per ball game. That's about let's say, 350 yards on the ground per game, too.
TJ Beninati, the quarterback, number 17, the senior, has over 1,500 yards now on the ground, and Chardon's only touchdown. We'll see Bolden, Davis, Hawkins, and Muir as the backs like we did in the first half. Beninati from the gun in motion, fakes it, keeps it up the middle, and he is stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Both teams, of course, making halftime adjustments, and right off the bat, we see that the first adjustment for Aurora, focusing a little bit more up the middle, focusing on the quarterback, paid off right there.
The Hilltoppers hanging in with Aurora, who really was only stopped in that first half by the clock. Almost scored right before halftime. Offense has been very good. So, though, has Chardon, despite just the one fumble. Beninati from the gun. Boldness to his left. Now Davis goes in motion. He's the ball carrier, and he gets maybe a yard.
Now, on the first two carries of this game, or this half, I should say, Jamie, the Green Men have completely closed off the ends and the middle, and they are holding Chardon in check. No gain again, so 3rd down and 10.
The Green Men on that defensive line was Binsky, Groth, Romel Pollard, and then, of course, the linebacking crew stepping up here. 10:36 and counting. Beninati from the gun. He's going to throw it. Turns back, throws it across the field. It's complete, but behind the line of scrimmage and going down for a loss on 3rd and long was the receiver. I think that was Muir, 28.
Well, a cornerback and one of the linebackers saw what was coming. They stepped up and were right there waiting for Muir. And now Chardon having no choice but to punt.
Drew Gittens is the punter, the senior. He's standing on his own 17-yard line. Good snap, and it's a good kick. Back as it hits the ground and unable to receive it. Frank Civillo was the senior. He watches it roll all the way to the 22-yard line, and that's where Aurora will start. Matt, defensive adjustments are going to be very important. Chardon was worried about Aurora's size, but one thing I'm not sure that they expected was the way the Green Men were going to cut the ball back, and so far Chardon is over pursued, and it's been big plays for Aurora.
And you hit that right on the head, Jamie. We talked about that off the air at halftime, was the over pursuit issues by the Hilltopper defense. They cannot allow that to happen. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if they, at this point in time, put a spy on George Bolus.
We are in a TV timeout, so we'll have a little extended break here, and that'll give us an opportunity to talk about the cheerleaders.
Well,
again.
Jamie, we spoke about the cheerleaders, but didn't get a chance to mention the advisors, because you have to have someone advising the cheerleaders on what to do. And that would be Melissa Altman, Jennifer Kernk, and Lynette O'Donnell. Also worth mentioning, of course, reminding everybody, the AD, always great. Doug Snyder always takes care of us, and Principal Andy Fetchick as well.
Melissa Altman, the cheerleading advisor, has been a part of the Chardon cheerleading program for such a long time. Her father was the coach before her. She's taken it over the past couple years and continued that tradition. And boy, between the cheerleaders, the marching band, and the football team, the Hilltoppers have brought quite a collection of talent to Twinsburg tonight.
Absolutely, and you want to talk about talent, Jamie. Starting on, well, you can go to the website, joggatv.org, Sunday night. The reason being, we're going to be posting the complete listing of games. We're going to open the vault from Monday night at 6 p.m. through Sunday, a total of 30 games for you on GTV. So remember to check that out all Thanksgiving week. Thanksgiving, what's more American than football and stuffing yourself with turkey?
Not much. Back on the field, the Green Men have the football. It's placed officially at the 21-yard line. Hilltoppers will need an answer to this Aurora offense. Bolus is from the gun. Two guys to his left and right. One is the fullback, the other is McVeigh. It is McVeigh, the senior, the ball carrier here near side, who gets about a yard. So nice job there by the Hilltopper defense to stay home.
You know, Jamie, one thing we haven't talked about has been the penalties, and that's because only one penalty in this game for 5 yards against Aurora. Other than that, the officials have not thrown the flags. There have been, a few little questionable holds here and there, but the officials letting them play tonight.
Yeah, you're
and
right.
that certainly suits Chardon.
One thing we have not seen is Zach Quinn, the senior, number 33, the big tailback. Left the game in the first half hobbling. Don't know if we'll see any more of him. Bolus on second down, fakes the handoff, almost broke it, but he's tripped up and down to the 28-yard line. Again, Hilltoppers making a shoestring tackle.
Yeah, Jack Lemaster got him from behind. A great job by the senior, 6'1", 190, that middle linebacker, one of the heart and souls of this defense.
So, big third down coming. It's 3rd down and 4. Aurora can do so many things here. Bolus has been successful throwing it, successful running it himself, and McVeigh has also done okay on the outside. We'll see what they try. Bolus is from the gun. Janik in motion. The snap, fakes the give. He's going to throw it with time. Now he pulls it down, running here near side, throwing middle of the field over the intended receiver and off of the face mask of Cantanzariti. Incomplete. Aurora holds, Chardon holds Aurora.
That was huge. Just absolutely huge stop by the Chardon defense. Great pass coverage. I thought for a second Bolus might have been able to throw the ball out. There was a little bit of confusion near side here. The two runners kind of split off, and that created a little bit of a gap, but Bolus didn't see it, couldn't get the throw down. And good pursuit that time by the defensive line, Jamie. They stayed tight.
Interesting, Zach Quinn not playing his tailback, but is in the game to punt on 4th down. High snap, end-over-end kick that hits on the 45-yard line, comes back toward Aurora. Not a great punt, and the Hilltoppers will have very good field position to start here their second drive of this half.
Well, it'll be interesting, too, to see if Quinn's going to stay out there to play that inside linebacker spot. And Jamie, he will remain out there defensively.
Yeah, so right now Quinn on the field defensively, not on the field offensively. Listed before the game as probable. We should mention Captain Patrick Doherty, number 58, who is also a big part of this Greenman offense and defense on the line. This is a kid who is going to try to play football next year at Indiana. He's committed to that Division I Big Ten program. But he is out, not even in pads, has been out. And Quinn right now only playing one side of the ball, and we have another television timeout down on the field.
Well, Jamie, started to talk about this before the last television timeout ended, but set the TV. If you want to check this out, channels 20 and 22. We'll have game replays starting on Monday night at 6 p.m. We'll run through next Sunday. A total of over 30 contests, and that will include all the schools, Berkshire, Cardinal, NDCL, and Chardon. Games will be featured, including all of this year's games that we televised.
One after another. It's a marathon, and it's a great time to have your TV tuned to GTV.
A lot of fun, and I can tell you that we go back in the archives and we pull out some good ones.
Hilltopper offense back on the field. Beninati from the gun. Hawkins is in the game, as is Bolden and Davis. The snap, Beninati gives it to Bolden, running straight ahead, and he goes ahead for about 2 yards, and he's stopped.
Well, 2 more yards than they gained on that very first possession of the second half, Jamie. Hilltoppers down by 6 at this point. A lot can happen. They just need to continue to play sharp defensively, and would love to see them, start moving the ball offensively here, mixing it up a little bit.
Something to consider. These Aurora players also play both ways, most of them. So this is not a team that's got a lot of fresh bodies. Beninati on second down, fakes the give. Now he's going to keep it. He's pursued by 2 Greenmen, and he has no gain. Brought down at the 48.
And we mentioned this earlier. They're going after the ball. But TJ did a good job to put his other arm over it and protect the football and keep it going. So it'll be 3rd down and long, Jamie.
Well, Chardon has not been the same offense here in the second half as they were in the first. They have struggled. 3rd down and about 6. Beninati again from the gun. We've seen this most of the night. Bolden is in motion, fakes the give. Beninati keeps it, goes ahead across the 45, and he has a first down. Needed 6, he got 7.
Oh, the first down of the second half, and Chardon will gladly take it. Winner of this game, of course, will play the winner of Toledo Central Catholic and Avon. And we had heard that at halftime, that score was Toledo Central Catholic 28 and Avon 7.
Would make for an interesting location for the next game. 13-7, Aurora leading Chardon with 6:32 and counting third quarter. Thanks for joining us here on GTV. The Chardon offense on the field. Beninati takes the snap. He's going to keep it himself. Far side. 40, 35. Beninati's going to go all the way for the snow. He's tackled at the 1. Just caught at the end, but Beninati through the Aurora defense, and there is some of that speed.
Boy, you were getting ready to say touchdown. Good thing you didn't quite say it, Jamie, but that was a huge play. We've been waiting for TJ to do that all night long.
Down to the 2-yard line, Beninati. Clock running again. Quick snap, the give, Bolden, left side, no signal. And he is short of the first down. He is inside the 1, though. So second down and goal coming.
Well, the Hilltoppers would love to push this in and tie the game at 13.
And then they're a Bobby Bukovic extra point away.
If you're wondering, Matt Bolden 10 touchdowns, and Beninati has 20.
TJ has 1 tonight. From the gun, gives it again to Bolden, who's pushed backward, and he lost ground on that play. So now a big 3rd and goal. Let's see, they're going to spot it now at about the 2-yard line. So 3rd down and goal from the 2.
Now, Chardon, a lot of plays that they can use here. The speed so far for Chardon, when they've been able to get through the outside, it's been that defensive line that's been the issue. The Greenmen have played very tough on their front 4.
Bolden is the fullback. Man in motion is Riley Hawkins, far side, touchdown! Hawkins just did get over the goal line, and the senior ties the game at 13. 4:54 left here, 3rd quarter, and that Chardon crowd is very, very happy on the other side of the field.
Well, for the first time this year, Chardon coming back from a double-digit deficit.
Bobby Bukovic, who has played with so much confidence during the second half of this season. Good snap. Bukovic's kick is good. Drills it home. And the Hilltoppers lead 14-13. All set up by the long Beninati touchdown run. He started on the far side. The long run. He was caught just at the 1-yard line. And the Hilltoppers, boy.
Well, Chardon just toppered up right there, taking the lead. Of course, that seems to be the popular hashtag tonight and throughout this playoff has been topper up.
The Chardon Crazies with a blackout tonight. The students all dressed in the same color. Again, another great showing by them. And so again, back for the Greenmen is number 5, Kirk Janik, and number 4, Jake McVeigh. Hilltoppers doing so much for their confidence after trailing in this one.
And Jamie, for Chardon to come out and get that stop defensively of Aurora was just huge. I really think that might have been the momentum shifter in this game, at least to this point in time. It really has given this team some confidence and a spark.
Vukovic has a squib kick again on the ground, fielded at the 30, and then falling forward was number 7, Anthony Coranto. He is a junior. Coranto didn't even think about returning that one. He falls ahead, and the ball is at the 33-yard line. And that is where George Bolus and this offense will come back on the field. Now remember, we have not seen the tailback Zach Quinn. No, he's back. Quinn is back in the game, so he's to the right of Bolus, who is from the shotgun. A tight end, 3 wide receivers, and the ball carrier is Quinn, 35, still on his feet across the 40, tiptoeing out of bounds. He has a first down and a gain of 13.
Well, this is turning into quite the game, Jamie. 2 football giants in this area just duking it out.
Ball is at the 45-yard line. Aurora has a tight end in the game. It's Zach Smerziak. Fakes to Quinn. He keeps it now across midfield. It's Bolus, 40, 35, still on his feet. George Bolus is to the 15, 10, 5. He's not touched. Touchdown, Aurora.
Aurora answers back within 20 seconds, and Bolus, for the second time tonight, has ripped off more than a 50-yard touchdown run.
And the Greenmen will go for the 2-point conversion. Coach is out signaling that they want to go for 2. That's 19 points for Aurora. Wow. That didn't take long at all. 2 big gains. And Bolus, Matt, remember, this is a kid who is 6'4", 205. He's a big quarterback. You'd imagine with those types of numbers, would be a traditional drop-back passer. Has not been the case tonight. So now he's from the gun. Quinn is to his right. 3 wide receivers in the game and a tight end. 1 man in motion. It's Janik. Bolus run the option. Here far side, and he stopped short at the 2-yard line. Great job by Chardon to sniff it out.
Bolus did not know what to do. He thought maybe pitch it to Quinn, but then by the time he made up his mind to keep it, it was way too late.
Well, big play by the defense after giving up the long touchdown run, and the score now, Aurora 19, Chardon 14.
Well, this can only help out Chardon by forcing them to go for 2 and not make it.
Back and forth. We talked about how important the defenses would be, but Matt, it shouldn't surprise anybody when these 2 teams come into the game. Over 7,000 yards just on the ground between the 2 of them.
It's what these squads like to do. You know, you're seeing the formations from Aurora tonight. It's not a wing team by any stretch of the means, but this is a ground football team. They know how to win games. This is a proven system for Coach Bob Mahalik. And for Chardon, getting back to the basics, keeping it on the ground. You look at a lot of the smaller teams now, Jamie. It's what Kirtland does. It's what Youngstown Ursuline does. Chagrin Falls does a good job running the football. They can also pass it too, but running has just become such an important part of the game once again.
Back deep for the Hilltoppers, Riley Hawkins and Alex Muir. Hawkins is on the near side, Muir on the far side. The kicker, Joey Melchiori. He's a sophomore, number 43.
Jamie, the one thing that surprises me is Chardon has seen a lot of good quarterbacks this year. Richards last week, Coffey from Maple Heights, kids that can run the football. And no one's hurt them more than Bolus tonight.
High kick and a pretty good kick, fielded by Muir at the 9. He comes across the 20, and he's hit hard and brought down immediately at the 20-yard line. That was number 30, Brian Kinger, a sophomore. Wow, tough play for him, and that was helmet to helmet his way. Muir, though, is okay, and the Chardon offense back out on the field. 4 minutes, 31 seconds.
In this entire season, Aurora has allowed only 13 points entering tonight in the third quarter.
Beninati fakes it, keeps it far side. He's slippery, breaking a few tackles, and he's got about 5 yards across the 25-yard line.
Well, once again, Jamie, it's important for Chardon to respond. They need points. The way that this Greenman offense and what they're capable of doing, they're capable of keeping the ball for close to a half, or excuse me, close to a quarter. We saw them do it to open the game. You need points.
Beninati again, now he's under center. Bolden is behind him. He turns, fakes it, keeps it, gets through. 35 and down to the 37. A first down, gain of 11.
And Nate Sadka made another potential touchdown-saving tackle. That's his second tonight.
So the Hilltopper offense is again moving. Jason Janda, number 3. Janda's a junior, split end. He brings the play in. 3:38 and counting. Beninati again under center. He turns, gives it to Bolden, who goes ahead across the 40, down to the 47-yard line. A good gain right up the middle for Bolden, Matt, of about 6, and that's what we're used to seeing out of Matt.
Absolutely. Matt Bolden is the kind of ball carrier that can just lower his shoulders and gain some yards. Bolden, last week, bumped his total up to 11,004 yards, and he's pretty darn close to adding on 100 at this point in time tonight to that number.
Second down and 4. Now under 3 minutes to go, third quarter. The Hilltoppers trail by 5. Beninati alone in the shotgun. Bolden is in motion, fakes it to him. Beninati keeps it, and he's hit and stopped after a few yards. Forward progress is going to take him to the 45, about a yard shy of the first down. One of the things, Matt, we haven't talked a lot about, and that's because Beninati's pretty tough, but the senior does take a number of hits throughout the game, and I think he's taken some pretty big ones here tonight.
Oh, he has. Even when he's just handed the ball off, the Greenmen have done a good job of putting a body on him and making him pay for just handing the ball off, and that will take a toll later on in the game.
Third down and 1. Beninati on a quarterback keeper. Forward progress on the goose and go is enough for the first down. He got 2 yards to the 47-yard line.
With the way that both of these offensive lines are playing, Jamie, these defensive lines are just starting to get a little bit tired. You see some hands on the hips out there.
Well, again, a lot of these guys playing both ways. One of those guys, Brett Rogers, is number 47. He's the fullback and playing some nose tackle as well. First and 10. Beninati fakes one way, gives it to Davis, who's hit in the backfield and dropped for a loss.
Well, the Green Men just had great penetration.
Something, Matt, to remember. Aurora has played here at Tiger Stadium this year. In week 1, Aurora beat Twinsburg 29-23. So all of these kids down on the field right now have played in this stadium, and also them being the visiting team, familiar with the locker room as well. Second down and 12. Beninati from the gun. Bolden is in motion. Fakes it to Bolden, keeps it himself, and he's hit at the line. Not much.
Well, TJ got back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe picked up an extra yard past that. But this will bring up third down and long.
Under 1 minute now, third quarter. The Aurora defense turning here to the stands and asking for some noise. So many fans here tonight from both schools. It's officially 3rd and 10 on the scoreboard.
Chardon's got to hurry. Play clock down to 4.
And they're going to take a timeout. That hurts in a close game. The timeout comes with 29 seconds left in the third quarter. And Matt, this is the time of the year where we say many thanks to a lot of different types of people. How about these Chardon seniors who are on this team?
Absolutely, Jamie. There are a lot of seniors on this squad, and we want to take some time and name each one of them individually. We'll actually do it numerically, if you will. Roger Davis, we've seen tonight. Of course, TJ Beninati, the quarterback. Jeffrey Volk, the senior. He's played some split end, some defensive back. Number 21, he gets into the action. Of course, Riley Hawkins, we've seen him for a couple years here on GTV. Alex Muir. Darren Marina. RJ Pikus. Jack Lemaster.
Hilltopper offense back out on the field. So 3rd down, 10 coming. Ball is on the Chardon 47-yard line. Beninati's from the gun. I see Muir and Hawkins to his left. Bolden to his right. Andrew Gray is the tight end. He's standing up in the formation. Bolden's in motion. Beninati fakes it, keeps it himself, and he will be short of the 1st down. He does get into Aurora territory, but he's going to be a full 4 yards short. So 4th down and 4 coming. The Hilltoppers have always gone for it this season in this type of situation. And Coach Mitch Hewitt, that's going to do it. That's going to end the 3rd quarter. Mitch Hewitt coming out and getting his offense. Big play call coming. We'll pause again here at the end of the 3rd quarter, say thank you to our underwriters, and then we'll be back for the big 4th down play. Tonight's game is brought to you by the Junction Auto Family, the Burr Funeral Home, Lake Health, the Middlefield Banking Company, Universal Disposal, Stone Escapes, the Bass Lake Tavern and Inn, Dubiak, Connick, Salmon, Thompson, and Bloom, LLC, NCA Financial Planners, the Chardon Smile Center, Chardon ATA Martial Arts and Karate for Kids, Joey's Italian Grill, the Goddard School, Cleats, Ashes Mayfield Window Cleaning Company, Active Physical Therapy, Sopchik Chiropractic, Residence Artists, Chardon Welding, King Cone, and Hilltopper team physician, Dr. Louis Leone. Thank you all for your sponsorship of Chardon Hilltopper football. Well, welcome back here to GTV. Matt, let's finish up saying thank you to those Chardon seniors.
Absolutely. We'll continue with Joe Guerra, a senior, Nick Paul, Dan Santry, Jared Urchek, Sam Wilkes, Rory Hugan, Cliff Siegert, Nick Serra, Dustin Nur, Patrick Sweeney, our seniors, and then a couple more names to mention, including Travis Ritt, Ben Huffman, and Nick Rizzo. We appreciate all the fun that they have given us here on GTV, watching them over the years.
A lot of noise coming from the Chardon Hilltoppers assistant, the coaches that are up here in the booth. We're hearing a lot of noise.
Well, Jamie, you look at it this way. The ball is just shy of midfield. Chardon will have the ball. It'll be 4th and 4 from their own 47-yard line. If you don't make it, you're going to give Aurora short yardage to work with. This might be a case where, if you pin them back deep and you get a stop, you can, come back. But on the other hand, boy, you hate to give Aurora the football. So I can certainly understand the thought process that's going on inside. And
well, I would have to say, Matt, regardless of what you may normally do, what Chardon has done all season is go for it. So to change things up at this point would be different. Let's see what they will end up doing. I see that it is Pikus. R.J. Pikus is the Hilltopper right now who's leading the huddle, number 38. Pikus is a split end, and they're going to punt. Drew Gittens is in the game. Chardon is going to punt. Gittens gets it away. There is nobody back to return for Aurora. It takes a bad bounce and hits at the 25 back in Aurora's direction, and it'll be down at the 27. And Matt, I have to assume that maybe some of that shouting was some disagreements among the coaches about what to do there.
Yeah, and that's a case where the Hilltoppers played it safe, Jamie, and they punted the football. Unfortunately, that's been one of the few times this year where the Hilltoppers got a bad bounce.
Yeah, well, now it's up to the defense. Even if the Hilltoppers were to score, the Chardon defense eventually is going to have to step up. They have once, and it was in the third quarter. The quarterback, again, George Bolus, a very talented junior. He keeps it himself, breaking tackles, and he has a first down, a gain of 14, down to the 40-yard line.
He just ran through Alex Muir, but Muir got enough of him to knock him off balance and bring him down. But, Jamie, I can't say this enough. Bolus, 6'4", 205. The Hilltoppers need more guys. You have to team tackle him.
Zach Quinn is in the game, the senior tailback. He's to Bolus's right. 3 wide receivers in the game as well. The ball carrier is Quinn. He goes ahead for 6 yards across the 45 to the 46.
Now, it would be huge here if Chardon could somehow force a turnover, Jamie, but Aurora, we talked about this, plus 12, now plus 13 in this game when it comes to turnovers. They've allowed 10 and forced 23 this season.
Second down and a long 3. Bolus from the gun. He fakes it to Quinn, keeps it himself across the 50, still on his feet, 45-40 and down to the 38. Another big gain.
Bolus is just a magnificent runner. He sees things that a lot of quarterbacks, a lot of running backs do not see, and he's been able to find some good holes.
It's interesting, Matt, because we saw them face an athletic quarterback in Darrell Richards last week. They were able to contain Richards. Not the case, though, with this junior.
Well, the difference, too, is Darrell Richards is not nearly as big. He's not 6'4", 205.
Again, Bolus from the gun. He fakes it, keeps it again. They can't tackle him. 30, 25, 20. Bolus goes in for the score. He's barely trying at this point.
Well, a 38-yard touchdown run. That's his 3rd run of the night. And the Hilltoppers just don't have an answer.
The touchdown makes it 25-24. And they are going to go for a 2-point conversion. And, Matt, you're absolutely right. The other thing is Bolus, he did have a cutback in the first half, but that last carry was straight ahead, and he was touched a couple times, but for the most part, he just beat everyone down the field. 10:23 left here in the fourth quarter. Now they're back to the I formation with Rogers, the fullback. Quinn is the tailback. Man is in motion. Fakes 2 ways, gives it to Janik. Running here far side. He's got 1 man to beat and does. In for the score. It was Pikus, and Janik gets around him. And so that makes it 27-14.
Yeah, Janik, just a nice stiff arm on Pikus, and not much that Pikus could do. You look at Janik, and 6'1", 175, and Pikus 5'10", 181. They match up physically, but know, it's a case where a guy just had a head of steam, and it's tough sometimes to bring those guys down.
So the Hilltoppers, who trailed this game 13-0, find themselves again down 13 points, and now they have 10-21.
Now this, Jamie, went from a very manageable situation to something that Chardon needs a quick strike now. And you're not going to see this offense all of a sudden start to just chuck the ball around either.
No, we talked about it coming in, Matt. They have now, with the one pass attempt tonight, they have 4 pass attempts in the postseason. I think 59 total for Beninati in the entire season. And so this is not a team that's going to throw the ball. And they're not going to start throwing the ball now either. Beninati, though, has broken a few runs here today, and Matt Bolden is a strong carrier as well. So there's still plenty of time left. Chardon cannot panic. They've got to do what they've continued to do. And it will start with Hawkins and Muir back to receive. Again, 27-14. Aurora on top of the Hilltoppers. We're here at Twinsburg Tiger Stadium. Thanks for watching and listening to us here on GTV. Jamie Ward, Matt Jaworski. Such high stakes, Matt, for this game.
Absolutely. The winner advances to the state semifinals. Both of these teams, Jamie, amongst the top 8 Division II schools in the state of Ohio. And, you know, at one point, Chardon was ranked the #1 D2 team in the state.
Only 2 losses on the season. As Melchiori approaches it, kicks it again high in the air. Hawkins this time will have a chance from the 12. Across the 25 and to the 30. And forward progress takes him to the 31-yard line.
Let's see what Chardon can come out and do. If they can get a quick strike here, Jamie, that will make up for a lot. You know, the good news is, if you can get a touchdown, get a turnover, another touchdown, you still win this ball game. A lot of things can happen in 10 minutes and 13 seconds.
Plenty of time. Beninati, the quarterback, brings in the play. Andrew Gray is the tight end, and the familiar cast to TJ. It's Davis and Bolden. Beninati takes the snap. He fakes it, keeps it himself, and gets across the 35 and down to the 38. He's taken down hard, but he has a gain of about 7.
Well, this is the time of the game. You're sore, you're tired, it's cold outside. You know, your body just, you know, doesn't, you know, you're ready to just kind of, you know, say, I've had it. But you've got to dig down deep, Jamie, and you have to keep fighting if you're Chardon.
Just heard that Beninati 20 carries, 138 yards tonight. He's from the gun. Takes the snap. He is going to throw it after the fake. Over the middle. Andrew Gray. It's through his hands.
Boy, Andrew Gray, who has had touchdowns in consecutive games this season in the playoffs, just not able to haul that one in. That would have been huge.
The defender there was number 4. That's Jake McVeigh. Gray was behind McVeigh, but he also had to contort in a weird way. It would have been a very tough catch.
Well, the other issue, too, the ball was a little bit underthrown.
Well, it's 3rd down and 3. Chardon in the gun. And it's a penalty flag as Bolden started toward the line. No flag. Beninati takes the snap, goes forward, and he's very close to the 1st down. Matt, what happened there?
Well, 2 backs went in motion. They didn't. Well, all right, now, hold on now. The officials are calling a timeout.
Well, it's because the play is so close to the 1st down. Beninati kept it and got to the 41-yard line. The Aurora coaching staff is really
Jamie,
beside itself.
The key for that was the ball wasn't snapped, and the Chardon backs were able to reset themselves.
I will say, though, Matt, Bolden clearly went forward.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, he wasn't in motion.
No, it should have.
And it is a 1st down.
Chardon catches a break, folks. That's what it comes down to. And sometimes you need a break to occur for you to, to win a football game.
Sure. It comes with 9:25 on the clock. So, Hilltoppers get some tough yards.
Yep.
They trail by 13. This is a critical possession. I don't think we'll see the punting team again. Beninati from the gun. Bolden to his left. Man is in motion. It's Davis. He's the ball carrier, and he's hit and dropped for a loss.
Now, Davis has had a tough night, Jamie. He's not been able to turn up the field. He's stuck going parallel, and when that happens, you're not running the football very well.
So, second down and long coming. 8:51 and counting.
Now, the clock, as minutes continue to tick off, becomes Chardon's worst enemy now.
Aurora crowd again making some noise here on the visitor side, which is where we are. Beninati again is from the gun. There's a split end. Fakes two ways. Beninati rolling on the far side of the field. He wants to throw it. TJ stops, still has time, throws it up, and it's incomplete. Again, he went for Gray, and it was too high.
Now, Andrew Gray, if you're wondering, checks in, 6'4", 224. Unfortunately, he needed to be about 6'6" to make that catch.
Andrew Gray, also a basketball player, and a very good one at that. Just off of the fingertips, though.
The one positive for Chardon, Jamie, even though they did not make that catch, it stopped the clock with 8:20 to play.
Third down and 11. Jason Janda brings the play in. Gray is in the game. He's a tight end here on the near side. It's Davis, Muir, and Bolden as the backs. Muir's in motion. Fakes two ways. Beninati's going to throw it. He's under pressure, and he goes down for a big sack and a late penalty flag. And Matt, this could be the Aurora coach being out on the field. I don't know. I'm just going to speculate, but that Aurora coach was awfully far. That's the call. Unbelievable.
Well, you have to know better than that.
Absolutely. In this type of game, and I can guarantee you, Matt, after the no call on what Aurora thought was a false start, that line judge took the brunt of the criticism. And so here, he comes back and makes the call, but it might have only been a warning as well. That looks like it was just a warning.
Unfortunately, Gittins and company on to punt the football. This might be the time where you have to maybe even pull a fake out.
Gittins gets a good kick up in the air. It's a high one. It hits at the 45 and again bounces the wrong direction for Chardon. It's down at the 47-yard line with 7:39 to play.
Jamie, right now, with just about 7.5 minutes to play, the equation is simple for Chardon's defense. You have to get a 3 and out. You cannot allow Bolus to break off a 53-yard touchdown run here. You have to just dig down deep and get a stop.
There's no doubt about that. Here we are in a TV timeout, and so Matt's going to let you know about some things happening in the community.
Absolutely. Well, as many of you know, Chardon School Superintendent Joe Brigant is going to be leaving the district at the end of the current school year, and the Chardon Board of Education has contracted with the Ohio School Board Association to assist in the search for a new superintendent. In the effort to make the best possible selection, there will be a couple focus groups meeting, and that they will be meeting on Thursday, November 29th, and that's going to be at 7 p.m. in the middle school. The meetings will discuss major issues facing the district the next 3 to 5 years, performance expectations for the next super, and personal and professional qualities that people would like to see in the next leader of the Chardon School District.
A very important decision.
So once again, that's Thursday, November 29th, 7 p.m. in the middle school via LGIR.
Well, 1st and 10 for the Aurora Greenmen. They lead by 13. They can almost put the game away. Chardon does need a stop. Bolus again is the quarterback. He gives it to Quinn, who goes ahead for about 5 yards. He is into Chardon territory down to the 48.
Aurora, Jamie, just has made this look so easy offensively tonight.
Bolus again getting the play from the sidelines. We mentioned that before. They don't run a guy in like Chardon does, that messenger end.
And, to a certain extent, that can benefit the QB because he can maybe get a pointer here and there from the coaching staff.
Yeah, you're right. Fakes the give now. Bolus is going to throw it. It is high and dropped by the tight end, and there's a penalty flag.
Yeah, flag
down
out near the line of scrimmage.
And Bolus is down, and he looks like he may be hurt, writhing, holding his helmet. He now takes his helmet off. We'll see what the penalty flag is going to be.
The backup quarterback, by the way, is going to be Alec Wells, a senior, 6'1", 185. Wells on the year, 26 attempts, 11 completions for 244 yards, 3 touchdowns, and no interceptions.
Personal foul against Chardon, a face mask. So that's a very costly penalty. And but again, the junior George Bolus is down on the ground, and now he is being attended to by a whole host of trainers and Aurora coaches. And now he's going to be up, and that is huge for the Greenmen.
Well, first off, Jamie, you always hate to see anyone injured during a game. The young man's able to walk off, but he is holding a little gingerly his chest and his right arm. He has to sit out at least one play, and you believe that with his squad up by 13, that he may just have the rest of the night off if nothing else changes at this point.
Well, it's a costly penalty. It moves the ball forward 15 yards down to the 33-yard line. So that's not what Chardon needed.
Of course, Bolus, too, could have just had the air knocked out of him, and when you get the wind knocked out of you, sometimes you need a play or two just to get it back.
Well, Wells is the backup. He's in the game. He's under center. He fumbles the snap. Loose ball, and I think he jumped on it. He did. Wow. You want to know how important George Bolus is? There you go.
And Bolus right back in. Jamie, the former head coach of the John Carroll University Blue Streaks, Regis Scaife, used to say at the end of his media interviews, we certainly will always like a little bit of luck on our side and hope the ball bounces our way. And so far tonight, Chardon has had neither.
Well, Bolus is back in. He's under center. Janik is in motion. It's an I formation behind the quarterback, who turns, gives it to Quinn, who gets across the 30, still on his feet, battling to the 25-yard line. He does not have a first down, but it's a big gain on second down, and it'll be third down and short.
He looks like just a big old freight train coming across the line. And this is a point in time where the Hilltoppers need to start really trying to punch that ball out of his arm, do anything to create a turnover here.
The clock is at 5:48 and counting. It is an enemy of Chardon. They do have 2 timeouts. They have to get a hold here, though, if they want to stay in this football game. You know that they know it as well. Bolus is under center. Here we go. He turns. Quinn has it. He's hit at the line, goes forward, and we'll see where the spot is.
He's going to be about a yard, maybe 2 yards shy.
He is short. So, 4th down and 1 now coming.
Well, for the kicker, Joey Melchiori, this is going to be a little bit far for his distance.
Yeah, too far.
And on this cold of a night, it's about 32, 31 degrees outside.
Well, here it is. It's 4th down and 1. We're under 5 minutes. If the Hilltoppers can hold, they have a chance. They trail by 13. It is a power I formation behind Bolus. Now They switch it. We saw this play earlier. It was a pitch to McVeigh. Same play. There goes McVeigh, who gets it to the corner, 15-10, and he's in for the touchdown. It was a block by Zach Quinn, number 33, that sprung McVeigh to get to the corner, Matt. Thought maybe they might call a hold, but it doesn't go Chardon's way.
The officials have not had any intention of making holding calls tonight, Jamie. And, you know, unfortunately now, 33, potentially 34-14. This one is about pulling away from the Hilltoppers.
Melchiori is in for the extra point. And the kick is good. So 4 minutes, 36 seconds left. And the Aurora Greenmen lead Chardon 34-14. Matt, right now, there's no question the story of this game has been the inability of the Hilltopper defense to stop Aurora. They've only done it once. The Greenmen punted one time. Other than that, they've had their way. They
have, and coming in, this was supposed to have been a defensive battle, Jamie, but you know, the Hilltoppers just, they had absolutely no response to the quarterback, George Bolus, tonight. He was just an unstoppable object. Every time it seemed that Aurora needed a big play or even didn't need a big play, George Bolus was there to come up and just wow everyone in this stadium.
So the Hilltoppers return team is out on the field as we've been taking extended breaks throughout this game. It is Hawkins and Muir back deep. Melchiori is the kicker for the Greenmen. Chardon trailing by 20. They'll need 3 touchdowns. And it is a uphill climb, and many of the Chardon Hilltopper faithful actually now, Matt, are leaving Tiger Stadium.
Yeah, and you know, Jamie, this Hilltopper team, they've had a tremendous season, but they cannot give up here. They need to finish strong. 4.5 to play, enough time to put up a touchdown, maybe 2, and just make this close.
Hawkins fields at the 15 across the 30, and he's down to the 31-yard line.
The other thing, too, is, Jamie, for these seniors now, this is it for some of these guys. It will be the last time that they play football in their careers. So you want to come out, and you have to leave it on the field now. You don't want to have any regrets.
Some of those seniors, Travis Ritt, the left tackle, number 78, Sam Wilkes, the center, who came all the way back from knee surgery to be this team's leader in the middle. Nick Paul is another senior. And, of course, T.J. Beninati. What a magical season he has had. He's from the gun. He gives here near side. It's Roger Davis, 40, and down to the 45. Davis has 15 yards on first down.
Well, and for the senior Roger Davis, one of his best runs tonight, if not the best run for him. He had been stuck a lot of times, not able to turn it up the field, and a good run there by Roger Davis that will temporarily stop the clock as they reset the chains, Jamie. And Chardon just needs to move the football.
Clock is now running, 4:19, you're right. They've got to be in a no-huddle situation. Davis and Hawkins are the halfbacks. Bolden is the fullback. It's Hawkins in motion. Davis is the ball carrier, 50, 45, 40. A big hole up the middle, give him 19 yards.
Actually, the carrier was Bolden.
Oh, what did I say?
Davis.
Oh, it was Matt Bolden. You're right. Big play down to the 36. So, another first down. Clock will stop, and now it's now running again.
You look at that huddle, and you can just see the breaths from those guys all around, just a big puff coming out.
3:56 and counting. Beninati with Muir in motion. Muir is the ball carrier, and he gets hit and dropped at the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard. Clock still moving. Hilltoppers have to be in a hurry up.
Jamie, do want to invite everyone to stick around following the game. There will be trophy presentations given out here for this regional final.
And Chardon is really taking their time here.
Yeah.
Jeff Volk is running the ball in, or running the play in.
This was something that we saw during the Riverside game, Jamie. Just Chardon not able to really function in a no-huddle style offense, and it's not who they are. They really can't do much of that.
Beninati fakes it. He's going to throw it, and it is caught by Andrew Gray at the 22-yard line, and he's out of bounds. It's a first down.
A nice catch and a nice job to get out of bounds by the junior Gray. Stops the clock.
Yeah, it'll be up to the 23-yard line. So the clock is stopped with 3:10. Hilltoppers have 2 timeouts. They trail by 20 points. Beninati from the gun on 1st and 10. Hawkins is in motion, and is a whistle and a flag. And it is a penalty against Aurora, an encroachment call.
Well, drawing more boos are the officials from this Aurora side.
So the 5-yard penalty moves the football ahead. It'll be 1st down and 5, and the Hilltoppers are now in the red zone. Clock is going to start winding again. 3:04 and counting. Beninati from the gun. Hawkins in motion. TJ keeps it, and he's hit and dropped. No, he stays on his feet, and he is unable to get much. Maybe a yard. Clock is moving.
Yeah, Zach Quinn was right there to make that stop. And Quinn, really, he came out of the locker room at halftime, didn't play the running back position the very first possession for Aurora, but since then he has been tough on both sides of the football.
17-yard line, that's where the ball is, and the clock is running at 2:33. So, man, I think it's safe to say that Chardon and their coaching staff content here, trailing by 20, just given the way that they're playing, still trying to score, of course, but they have, as Beninati keeps it and gets up to the 12-yard line, and now referees stop the clock because it's a first down, so the chains will move. And with 2:13, and the Hilltoppers again not in the no huddle, Matt, so they have conceded here tonight.
Well, Jamie, we've seen Chardon run a tiny bit of no huddle, but once again, this is a team that's not designed to go no huddle. They need to huddle up, get the play, get everyone on the same page. And
Beninati is from the gun. Long count. Man is in motion. He fakes it. Beninati keeps it. He's inside the 10 and down to the 17.
Of course, TJ is one of the few Chardon quarterbacks that has the ability to call an audible at the line. So it's a little bit more complicated than just coming into the huddle, than just breaking the huddle and, knowing which play you're going to run.
Well, the Hilltoppers take a timeout. Matt, we'll take a minute, reflect on this season. This is a team that last year, Mitch Hewitt is named head coach. He was a former Chardon assistant, had left. He went to West Geauga, then Riverside with Dave Boers. But he was a Chardon grad. He's a Chardon guy, lives in the community, is named head coach, okay? Turns the team around, but they go 4-6. Spirits are high. To come back this year and go 8-2 and get this team where they are today is just really an incredible story.
It absolutely was. It started in the offseason. Hewitt and the coaching staff visited with Urban Meyer down in Columbus. And while the coaching staff was meeting with the Buckeyes coaching staff and learning some things here and there, one of the things that Hewitt did was learn about the weight room and the kind of conditioning that the Buckeyes did. And he brought that back to Chardon. And Chardon really made a very big effort in the offseason to work very hard in the weight room. And we saw it pay off from the get-go, Jamie. A win over West G, 41-12. That 29-28 thriller against Kenston.
Offense is back on the field. It is 2nd down and 6. Beninati fakes. He keeps it himself. He's hit hard at the 5. He's got maybe a yard.
The 35-24 win against Maple Heights, a very good Mustangs
Those
team.
3 wins were so huge to the start of this season. I mean, to beat West Geauga, whom they have not beaten since that rivalry was renewed 4 years ago, to get the win against Kenson, and then Maple Heights. I mean, that was such a strong way to start the season.
Absolutely. That was a state-ranked Heights team that had a transfer quarterback from Paynesville who was playing very good football.
It's 3rd down for Chardon. They give it to Alex Muir, the senior, running far side, and he's hit and dropped for a loss. They're going to let the clock continue to run, so 54 seconds now left.
Of course, the 63-7 thrashing of North win against Madison 7-0. Cannot forget that one. At home, first loss of the year came at Willoughby South, a 35-14
to a
defeat.
team that went 10-0 in the regular season.
Yeah,
no less.
a team that had Kareem Hunt and Casey Klickman. Chardon came back, defeated Geneva at home 28-6, a game that they played very sluggishly, and they fell at Riverside the following week 21-13.
20 seconds left. It's 4th down. Beninati gets the snap off. He's rolling far side, looking to the end zone. TJ throws, and it's knocked down. Incomplete. And so with 11 seconds left, the Hilltoppers' season will come to a close.
Chardon, though, Jamie, did manage to close out the regular season with 2 wins. A 34-19 drubbing of US at Chardon Memorial. And then they traveled to Lakeside the final week of the season, posted a shutout 35-0. First round of the playoffs at home, and Chardon took care of Howland 42-16. Last week at the JTO against Kenston, a 34-15 victory.
Yes, and this Hilltopper team, still plenty of young players that will learn a lot from what we've had, what we've seen this season as the quarterback takes the snap and takes a knee. And so that will do it here at Twinsburg Tiger Stadium. Some of those guys, Matt, Joe Connick is a junior, Andrew Gray, Drew Gittins, who's the backup quarterback. There's so many guys. I'm not naming them all, obviously. Matt Bolden, Cam Tanzariti, also a junior. But the future is very bright for Chardon Hilltopper football.
It absolutely is, Jamie. And this is a season that, you know, the Hilltoppers and their fans cannot dwell on this loss tonight. This was so much more than just one game this season. This was an awakening of a sleeping giant that was the Chardon High School football program. And folks, this is going to set the stage for years to come in the Mitch Hewitt era. If you think that just getting to the playoffs for Chardon is going to be, you know, what they're gunning for, that's not the case. This is a program that believes that they can be state title contenders year in, year out.
Thank you so much for watching Chardon Hilltopper football here on GTV, and our thanks again to the Hilltopper Gridiron Club and the underwriters for supporting us as we brought you Hilltopper playoff football this season. Our thanks go out to the funding communities and also everyone who was involved with this broadcast. Let's start with our producer, Dave Jevnikar, Brett Iyer, who's running Master Control back in Chardon, Chris Graw, who's the cameraman down on the field, Jeff Graw, who's up above us. And as always, thanks to Matt Jaworski. We're going to go down on the field for the trophy presentations, and then that will do it for Chardon Hilltopper football here in 2012. So, thanks again, everyone, for watching. Great season, as we noted, and we will be back not long from now with more sports here on GTV.
I don't care about STO. Losing's never fun. Losing's never fun. But life's all about it. You know what I'm saying? We should know better than most. Guys, we played a football game. We played a game that you guys poured your heart and soul into that no one can ever take away. You hear me? Yeah. If you'd have told me 13 weeks ago that we'd be playing down in the final 8 teams in the state of Ohio in Division II, would you have taken it? Yes. Amen. Amen. Guys, it's going to hurt for a while. You're going to lick your wounds. But I'm telling you, someday you're going to be able to look back on the seniors and you're going to be proud of what you accomplished. Not just for the people sitting in this huddle, but for this community at a time when it most needed it. Couldn't be happier. This entire coaching staff, this administration, anything you ever need, seniors, we're here for you. Proud to say I coached you guys. TJ, break it down.
Let's go, fellas, come on. Loud and proud, fellas. What's the matter today? What? We are. Go Wolverines on 3.
Congratulations on a great season. There's a lot of football programs that started the season back in August. There was only 8 left as of tonight, and Chardon High School is one of those teams. A lot to be proud of. Congratulations, Coach Hewitt, and the rest of your program.
Tonight's game is brought to you by the Junction Auto family, the Burr Funeral Home, Lake Health, the Middlefield Banking Company, Universal Disposal, Stone Escapes, the Bass Lake Tavern and Inn, Dubiak, Connick, Salmon, Thompson, and Bloom, LLC. NCA Financial Planners. The Chardon Smile Center. Chardon ATA Martial Arts and Karate for Kids. Joey's Italian Grill. The Goddard School. Cleats. Ashes Mayfield Window Cleaning Company. Active Physical Therapy. Sopchik Chiropractic. Residence Artists. Chardon Welding. King Cone. And Hilltopper Team Physician, Dr. Louis Leone. Thank you all for your sponsorship of Chardon Hilltopper football.